Welcome back to the Lord General YouTube channel, and I have been fighting the Battle of Edgehill on the 23rd of October 1642. The time has just passed 6:15 PM and the battle has now concluded. So I wanted to give a quick update on what happened between 6 PM and 6:15 PM. In the Royalist centre, Astley led off and he changed his orders to charge. The idea was that Byron here, he'd be able to attack the Essex Lifeguard, which was a cavalry unit down there. There was 100 loss on the Essex Lifeguard, but there was no close combat possible at that time because the Essex Lifeguard was down here at that point. The Essex Lifeguard is now running off the field here due to a later battle. Astley attempted a continuation, but he didn't get that continuation, so his forces have given up for the day. They're pulling back now. On the left flank down here for the Royalists, Lord Wilmot, he changed orders to charge as well, and the idea of this was because Essex Lifeguard was up here and Wilmot could see a charge to the rear of that cavalry unit that was attacking Byron up there. He actually took that charge, and we've got the parliamentarian right wing, which has done nothing much all battle. It tried to intercept and failed, and the attack from Wilmot made the Essex Lifeguard rout. So in this last late minute dash, the Essex Lifeguard is running off the field down there. Then it come down to Fielding's turn. So Fielding is on the right wing of the parliamentarian cavalry there. He changed his attack to charge also, and what he did was he attacked Wilmot up there, and Wilmot took 100 losses. Fielding also attempted a continuation, and he got a continuation on his charge, and he sent in 200 musketeers, and Wilmot destroyed the 200 musketeers fine. So he attacked there, and the musketeers are off the table now. But because Wilmot was involved in close combat, he rolled on the close combat table and he got a 9, meaning the field wing commander has been destroyed, so Wilmot's gone off the field now. At the end of the turn, he wasn't able to return to the field, so Wilmot's been eliminated. That's the big news at 6:15 PM. So we've got two sides now. They've both lost a wing commander each. This is the situation at the end of the battle. Now, it's worth considering, how does this battle compare to the real battle that occurred? I've calculated up the victory points here. And the cavalry elimination, the Royalists achieved only 40 points compared to the Parliament's 60. Now, in the real battle, you would expect it the other way round. So the Royalists should have scored a lot more points than what the Parliamentarians did. In the real battle, the Royalist horse, they were able to advance on both wings simultaneously. The Wilmot troops, they made light work of Fielding. Fielding pretty much run off the table straight away, which is what we expected to happen in this battle. I guess the reason why it didn't happen in this battle was because these defensive hedge here, Wilmot had a nice defence with 2 dragoons up front, and they was able to push back that attack. Similarly, Prince Rupert at the top, he easily chased down Ramsay's troop at the top. And in this battle, Ramsay's actually held very well up there. He had a nice defensive position, he made use of the hedges. Rupert didn't want to commit to a charge. In the real battle, Rupert committed to a charge, Ramsay ran off the table. Ramsay's on a morale of 6 there. Rupert's generally on 7s. He's got a -2 command modifier. Rupert is one of the most experienced generals on the battlefield. And the parliamentarian horse easily broke in the real battle. Then look at the infantry. So the only infantry that got eliminated from the Parliament side. And we had 3 heavy infantry losses there, so that counted for 30 victory points for the Royalists. And the Parliament didn't manage to destroy any of the Royalist infantry. There was a few routed at some point, but King Charles was easily able to rally their troops. And in the real battle, this was slightly the other way round again. So what happened was the Parliament had the advantage in the heavy infantry. Parliament stood firm. The Royalists were reliant on the Royalist cavalry to come back in and charge all the infantry from the rear, but that just didn't happen in this game. There are some unique optional rules in this scenario which I didn't choose to use, and the optional rule would have given the Royalist heavy infantry brigades a -1 modifier to the musket table because they were poorly equipped, so perhaps that could have affected the game slightly, but we didn't choose to use that rule. You also get points in this game for how many losses there are on the table. So the casualties, the Royalists managed to gain 10 points for their casualties. Now Parliament, they managed to get 19, so there's quite a lot of heavy casualties down that centre. In terms of captured guns, the Royalists did manage to capture some guns, so they got 10 points, and the Parliament were nowhere near these guns at the back. Interestingly, in the real battle, these guns at the back on the Royalist side, they did absolutely no damage to the Parliamentarian forces, and this was replicated very well in this game. Also to note, in the real battle, the Parliamentarian side did lose guns, so again, replicated very well in this game. The wing commanders' victory points were even either side, thanks to that late minute dash down there. It saved the Parliament and gave them an extra 10 victory points. So overall, the score comes out as a draw, and the difference in victory points is -11. Even if he didn't lose that wing commander, it still would have been a draw. In the real battle, there was a marginal Royalist victory, but not too much difference, I'd say. In the real battle, there was unfortunately 500 kills either side. These were raw troops. There's just regular townsfolk that were recruited. Probably many of them had never seen battles before. A lot of the horse on the Parliament side, they were aristocrats. There's elderly gentlemen riders, whereas the king, he had the sons of aristocrats. So they're a bit more feisty under Prince Rupert. The commanders were certainly quite good under the Royalist side. In the real battle, there was around 1,500 injured each side, so about 1,000 to 1,500 injured each side. So you're talking about 3,000 injured or killed each side. Now, in our battle on the table, the Royalists suffered 4,300 losses, which were either killed, injured, or fled the battlefield. And the Parliamentarians, they suffered 7,700 losses, which were either killed, injured, or fled the battlefield. Obviously, those troops that fled, they would be able to regroup and return for another day. And that's exactly what happened the next day on the 24th of October. The two sides did regroup, but neither commander wanted to commit to an attack that day. What happened was King Charles, he sent a dispatch off to the Earl of Essex, and in return for a pardon for the Earl of Essex, he would be able to barter to end this war immediately. And the Earl of Essex, he immediately rebukes that offer, and the war continued. King Charles was able to retreat back to where he came from, and his march to London was stopped and slowed. One notable commander Absent from this field is of course Oliver Cromwell, and Oliver Cromwell just arrived too late for this battle, and subsequently to Edgehill, Cromwell wrote to some other leaders quite famously to complain about the quality of the troops, and it was of course Cromwell who established the new model army which would fight in later years, and Cromwell was responsible for training up a lot of these raw recruits into what would be a good fighting force for the parliamentarian side. Maybe we'll try some other battles if there's demand for this. If you've enjoyed this video, do let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more scenarios like this. Let me know if you want to see different games tried. And if you didn't like anything about this video set, just let me know and I'll see what I can improve for next time. So thank you very much for following these videos. If you've seen all the videos, I do appreciate that. And as I say, subscribe to the channel, look out for new videos, and thank you for being with me as I've participated in this battle. And I'll see you soon from the Lord General.